Welcome back. One final point before we go tonight. The 5 nuttiest plans and policies the Democrat presidential candidates have for 2020. The mainstream media is so obsessed with Ivanka Trump traveling to Asia with her father and the one-sided feud the Women's World Cup soccer team is pretending to have with President Trump. Then even after not one, but 2 Democrat primary debates, nobody's talking about the Democrats' nutty plans for 2020. So we will. Here you go, the 5 nuttiest plans and policies. Number 5, the Democrats want to abolish private health insurance. They want to make it illegal. Don't take my word for it. The Democratic candidates said so themselves. Under their plan, 150 million Americans will be kicked off their current health care plans. The cost of this so-called Medicare for All plan is $32 trillion in the first 10 years alone. If the Democrats abolish private health insurance, 1 million people will lose their jobs. And yes, middle-class taxes will go up. Bernie Sanders admitted it himself. Plus, every other country in the world who tries government-run healthcare faces rationing, where government denies care to people because the government doesn't want to pay for it. What would prevent that from happening here if the Democrats abolish private insurance? Number 4, the Democrats want to abolish the Electoral College. See this map? Red and orange areas have equal population. If we abolish the Electoral College, orange elects red, and red is completely ignored. The minority voice in our country will no longer be represented at all. Number 3, the Democrats want to mandate a Green New Deal. This is a plan proposed by AOC, which all the Democratic candidates have endorsed. This plan would eliminate fossil fuels completely. It would mandate that people retrofit their homes and all buildings to meet new green standards. This plan would ban airplanes and air travel. It would tax meat and cow emissions and force a whole host of socialist social policies down our throats under the guise of pretending to solve climate change. And it would only cost us a cool $100 trillion. Number 2, gun confiscation. We're not talking about common sense gun legislation. We are talking about forced gun buybacks. Do you know what that is? A gun buyback is not voluntary. No, it's mandatory. Law-abiding citizens, law-abiding gun owners are legally required to give their guns up to the government or else become felons. If people don't turn in their guns, the government could come to their homes and demand the guns at the point of a government gun. This is obviously 100% unconstitutional, and yet the Democratic candidates support this. And coming in at number 1, the Democratic candidates are promising free health care for illegal aliens. We are not talking about emergency health care. We're talking free, comprehensive health care, paid for by you and me, the taxpayer. The Democrats also want to decriminalize border crossings, which means open borders. And most of the Democratic candidates say they will not deport illegal aliens who are here. That means anybody who wants to come here can come here. And if they come here illegally, no big deal. And we, the taxpayer, will be forced to foot the bill. Which begs the question, if this were the law, who wouldn't come here? Are we supposed to foot the bill for everybody in the world? Those are the 5 nuttiest plans the Democrats have for 2020. Since the mainstream media refuses to report on how radical, how insane, and how unconstitutional the Democratic plans are, we will.